Hello there, my name is Hector. Thank you for joining me in part 2 of our video, the mental approach to the game of baseball. On the second part of the video, we are going to cover 3 topics: defending your position after each pitch, holding base runners on, and your relationship between you, your teammates, your coaches, and the umpiring crew. Defending your position. It is a fact that defending is not the primary purpose, the primary job of a pitcher. It's not about landing pretty. It's not about landing in a good fielding position. That is not what you do. If it so happened that after you deliver the ball, putting everything you have behind this pitch, being effective with the pitch, being competitive with the pitch, do not taking anything away from the most effective pitchers. If you happen to land in a good fielding position, then that is, of course, a benefit, a plus that is added to your skills. But if falling on the ground after each delivery, because you put everything behind it, is what it takes for you to be effective, then I want you to fall flat on the ground every time you deliver the pitch. If that enables you to be effective, do not attempt to land pretty. Do not take away from your pitches thinking about landing on a good fielding position. However, before you deliver each pitch, you should be aware of the game situation. You should know the count, the score, the number of out, the inning, the runners on scoring position. Will any of those base runners be forced to move to the next unoccupied base when the ball is put in play? And when the ball is put in play, and if it's hit in my defensive area and I field it, where am I going to go for the out? Is it worth it that I try forcing the lead runner? Should I turn a double play, or should I simply flip the ball over to the first baseman because we are winning by 25 runs? Okay, you should know all of this stuff before each delivery. Okay, once you let the ball go, like I said, by putting every team behind it, by not borrowing from it, thinking about defending your position, then if you happen to land, squarely or in an athletic position, then you should be able to handle yourself on the mound. So this will include being directly involved in a play. When the ball is hitting your direction, you are directly involved in the play, and you should be able to know which base to throw to. You should also be able to handle yourself when the ball is not hit in your direction. Do not become an spectator. Always find a position to be. Always find somebody to back up. Always back up, for example, third base. Always back up home plate. Always stand in line with the incoming throw, ready to assist the fielder receiving the throw from the outfield, ready to relay the pitch, ready to redirect the ball to another base because there's a better chance of getting an out there, ready to stop the play, hold the ball, pick up the ball, pick up your hands, call timeout, the running game stop, nobody's able to advance. The worst thing that can happen is you fielding a throw and all of a sudden spinning and throwing the ball away again. That is not something that you want to do. Sometimes the best play is the one that you do not make, so make sure that you know when to throw, when not to throw. You can also use hand and arm gestures when there is too much noise on the field. Okay, use your voice also to redirect, to scream, to alert the fielder making the play what to do with the ball once he fields it from the outfield. Relay it, cut it, redirect it, hold it, all that kind of stuff. Do not stand still. Do not think that they know what to do. Always remind everybody what is the next play. Always make sure that nothing escapes you. Make sure that you are ready to defend the position before you deliver each pitch to the plate. Holding base runners on. Base runners will find a way to get on base. Typically, they hit their weight on base by getting a base hit. They get a base on ball because you threw 4 ball out of the strike zone before you threw 3 strikes. Or sometimes you hit them. They get hit by the pitch. They do not get out of the way, and they are awarded the next unoccupied base. Okay, so they're always going to get on base. When base runners get on base, whether the base is loaded or simply one base runners, do not lose your mind, do not get upset, do not get stressed. Okay, if you pay too much attention to the base runners on, you lose your focus from what matters, the guy at the plate, and all of a sudden you are going to get another base runner, or worse, that guy at the plate is going to lose the ball over the wall for a home run or something else that would allow them to score a bunch of runs. I am not saying that you should ignore the base runners and allow them to just steal the next unoccupied base. That is not what I'm saying at all. There are ways for you to disrupt the base runners' timing by delaying the time that you take between each pitch, by stepping off the mound and look the base runner back to their home base, by stepping off and throw over a couple of times just to keep him honest, to make sure that he understands, that he knows, that he is aware that you are watching him, that you are paying attention, and that you are not afraid to throw over. Make sure, however, that the base defender, let's say that the throw is going to be at first base, make sure that the first baseman is expecting that you will throw over so he can be there expecting the throw from you. Make sure, however, that when you are in the maneuver of holding base runners on or as close to the base as possible, that you are not charged with what is called a balk, B-A-L-K. A balk is a charge against you, the pitcher, while with base runners on and you have your pushing foot on the rubber or on the mound, on the hole, whatever it is you push when you come into home plate, and your hands are in the set position, on the ready position. If you do not deliver the ball to the plate without disengaging your foot from the rubber, you will be charged with a balk. So a balk is simply not finishing what you start. When you come set on the mound, you must pitch. You change your mind, you want to do something else, you must disengage your foot from the rubber first without moving any other part of your body, then break your hands free, then do whatever you want. Once your foot is on the rubber, you are a pitcher and you must pitch. With your foot off the rubber, you are now the infielder and you can do whatever it is that you want. If you're thinking about a double play, for example, make sure that you turn around and you face the intended fielder that you're going to throw to for the force out or the pick off or the double play, so they are aware that if the ball is hit back in your direction and you field the ball, you are going to spin and go to them and they must be on the base. You do not want to field an easy comebacker, okay, spin around and throw, nobody is on second base, at least a run score. Work with your catcher when it comes to holding base runners on. If you are able to hold back a base runner by 1 or 2 steps, and then once you deliver the ball to home plate, they decide to go, your catcher has a chance of throwing them out by that 1 or 2 steps that you help holding that base runner back on the home base. The opposite is true. If you allowed the base runner to take an extra 1 or 2 steps, he is going to make a save to the next base by that 1 or 2 steps, and your catcher is not going to have a chance. The throw over, the delay is not a pick off move, for example. You don't have to always pick them off, but you must throw over just to keep them honest, just so they know that you can throw over. For example, if you throw over and the guy just standing there, do not even bother. Just work with your catcher. Your catcher has the perfect vantage point. He sees everybody and he could let you know when to come home, when to step off, when to throw over. However, if you throw over just playing around and you almost got the guy, then the next time you and your catcher come up with a perfect move, a perfect timing, so you could be a little quicker, a little faster and make your best move, and most likely you will pick him off. But again, if the guy's just standing there, do not waste your time. Your job is to pitch. Make sure that holding base runners or landing pretty does not take away from what your main purpose is, which is putting 100% to each pitch and allow you to be effective that way. Your relationship between you and your teammates, you and your coach, and you and the umpire. I'm going to start it in reverse with the umpire. The umpire is the law, the authority of the field, is the official of the field, and you must obey the law. Even if you do not agree with it, keep in mind that the umpire is not perfect. It's not a machine. They will make errors, especially with those times when you do not have the best stuff, when you are struggling, okay? Sometimes it's difficult. If you walk 3 batters in a row and you all of a sudden throw a strike right down the middle, it is almost automatic that the umpire is not going to call it a strike because he hasn't seen a strike for like 40 minutes. You could say in different words, listen, dude, pay more attention, do your job. That was a strike. You didn't call it by simply saying as you walk by, "Hey Blue, was that a little bit outside? Was that inside? I thought it was very close. I was actually thought it was a strike. Was I wrong?" So you letting them know nicely that, listen man, I could hit the corner, pay attention and give me those pitches. Your relationship with your coach. Your coach is a special person, regardless of who he is or who she is, okay? This is a special person that you must respect always, especially those days when you do not have the best stuff on the mound and the coach must come out and get you out. Even though if he's killing him, even though if it's very painful for him to see you struggle, he's going to come and get you out to save you because he doesn't want you to get injured, okay? When you are struggling, you try to change things, try to put a little extra hard, forget about using your legs a little bit more to develop power, and you try inventing stuff trying to get the ball over the plate. So your coach is going to see this, and in a way to protect you, he's going to come and get you out. He may ask you to play a different position. If he does so, agree to play a different position. If he asks you that you had enough, that he wants to save you for the next outing, simply with respect, handle the ball, wait for your reliever if possible, shake hands with your coach, give a high five as possible. As you walk over to the dugout, do not throw things, do not hit things, do not scream. You might injure yourself, or worse, you might injure other, okay? Just stand on the rail, take your talking to, wait for the coach to come back and go over what went wrong and how to address it. Sometimes there is nothing wrong. Sometimes it's just you lose it and you must be okay with it. You must be able to deal with it. The best of the best of the best pitchers sometimes have nothing and they do not even get through a single inning. Maybe do not even score a single out. So you must be able to deal with that kind of stuff, but always remember to show respect to your coach. Your relationship between you and your teammates. This is a special one. Most of the time, you will be the one in trouble on the mound, and you will need the support of the defense behind you. So whenever they make an error, a mistake, they don't hit, they get thrown out, they don't field, they throw the ball away, they drop the ball, the little dribbler go by, they do not catch a throw from the catcher. Do not be upset, do not yell, do not scream, do not show frustration. Show support. Face the fielder, charge with the error, let him know that you got his back, not to worry about it, okay? So make sure that you do this. Like I said, most of the time you will be the one in trouble. There is a special player that plays outside the line that you must have a very, very, very special relationship with, and this is your catcher. This is your doctor. This is your psychiatrist. This is the person that takes a beating behind you, getting hit with foul tip, getting hit with bounce balls, trying to catch you when you have nothing, chasing balls all the way to the wall, getting hit with foul tip, trying to frame pitches for you, trying to throw, attempting base stealers on your behalf. Okay, always getting your back, always giving you a good target, always setting down, always putting the right sign, always trying to calm you down, always coming to give you a pep talk. All right, so always make sure that you show respect. If your catcher comes over and speak with you, do not be upset, do not be dismissive. He most likely wants to give you a break. So make sure that you trust your catcher, that you show respect, that whatever he calls, you throw. If you do not agree with something, call him over, but most likely you must go with what the catcher calls. Talk about before the game with your catcher. Talk about during the game, between innings with your catcher, and talk after the game with your catcher on something that you need to improve on, something that he didn't like, something that, a pitch that you got cross on, a pitch that you did not agree on, why you did not agree on, how should we improve our communication going forward, etc., etc. The next video is going to be about the catching position. So I will see you behind home plate. Thanks again for watching. My name is Hector. Thanks again.